Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley has called for a unified system of civil penalties across the Caribbean so that all breaches of the law are not punished by fines or imprisonment. Now, she said on Thursday that while the idea of fine and confine is in the colonial laws that regional countries have inherited, it is time for change. Mottley, her work there is ongoing, and that route that has started in her country.
We in Barbados are trying to move away from that and to introduce a system of civil penalties that will allow civil penalties to be used for regulatory breaches. And as I've said to the Cabinet recently, we need to introduce penalties that also allow those who dare to breach the social capital of a nation must be prepared to repair the social capital. And therefore the penalties which are imposed on them ought to relate to those things which are necessary to repair that social capital. And what do I mean? If you are prepared to litter, if you are prepared to curse, if you are prepared to do things that bring down the social capital, well then let us put you to do the community service in areas that will repair the social capital.
Now, Prime Minister Mottley insisted that there must be a separation of punishment for regulatory breaches and substantial crime.
You commit rape, you commit murder, you commit burglary, you commit any of those genuine criminal offenses, criminal sanctions, criminal punishment. But when we start to deal with regulatory breaches, then I really do believe that we need a unified system of civil penalties across the region. It is important to move from the Victorian approach to law, and also let us begin to understand, and we can learn from indigenous tribes and indigenous people across the world, that what matters is how we repair the damage that is done. We as nation states are talking about reparatory justice for what has been done to our own and our people for centuries. We cannot now be the ones seeking to have only an adversarial system of justice which only serves to divide rather than to retain and repair the whole.